Hey guys, what's up? It's Terror Dog. For today's video, we are back in GT Sport, doing a quick little shootout with my friend Obelisk, using the Mazda Atenza Group 4 race car on Sport Soft tires. Tuning was allowed. I chose to keep my settings stock, and as you can see, I am running with ABS off, and as usual, traction control off as well. So here we're coming up into the first corner. I get things wrong immediately and miss my braking point. I'm going to grab the handbrake to get myself around, and Obelisk is going to jump in front, but only just. So I'm going to tuck in behind into the slipstream, going into the next corner on the brake a little bit early. He runs a little wide. I keep the pressure on him. I'm going to use some left foot braking. Not quite enough. So I drop the gear. Okay, tucking in behind him once again, backing off a little early. And he runs wide. And that's going to give me the position for the lead. Alright, so at this point I'm out in front. I'm going to be a little cautious here. I don't want to throw my lead away after I've just gotten it. So I'm braking a little early. It gives him time to catch up. Then as you can see, if you look into the splits, I'm pulling away through the corners. This wasn't really a serious race, but we do have a bit of a friendly rivalry going on, and I still wanted to win anyway, so that's why I'm in a quiet, focused mode. I had the mic on. You can hear that because you can hear my gear shifts and everything, but I wasn't saying a word. Alright. So pretty nicely, routine braking into turn 1 as you would expect. Getting a bit of understeer in that corner. As you can see, once again, I'm riding the brake, or using the left foot braking, to keep the car, turning in to that wide sweeper. We also have fuel consumption and tire wear turned on. It's not doing a whole lot for this race, but it's there. Yeah, so my braking was a little bit late. I think I tried to ease up on the brake a little bit, and it didn't work out quite as planned, but still managed to get the car through the corners. But Obelisk is gaining on me at this point. Getting a nice exit through the final corner, and I'm pulling away. Alright, so final lap. Into turn 1. Braking a little bit late. I lock it up a little bit. Not an ideal turn. I just slightly missed the apex. So at this point, I'm trying to just settle down a little bit after that near accident. And once again, I'm using the left foot braking to keep the speed up and keep the front end doing its thing. And then I'm braking a little too early, actually, because I'm trying to calm down and not make a mistake. So that's going to give Obelisk room to jump into my rear view once again. So here I'm going a little bit defensive. Which of course allows him to gain time on me so he can take his, by taking the normal racing line. That's okay, I'm going to take these corners as fast as I can. Cautious on the throttle to mind the understeer on the exit into the final corner. And it looks like I am pulling away once again. And that will be a victory for me. And for my next race, I'm going to take what I learned and jump into a sport mode race. Alright. I'm decently high in the grid. But, I have a lot of doubt going into this. Looking at the grid we have here, the people ahead of me are much faster. And the people behind me aren't that much slower. It's been a while since I've done this. Okay, yeah, I guess it's kind of equal here. Yeah. About 0.8 seconds either side of me. But it's easier to lose at 0.8 seconds than it is to gain 0.8 seconds. So then the only thing I have to figure out is whether to pit on lap 4 or 5. I'm kind of thinking lap 4 would do better. But then I also have to consider that my tires will be more worn the last half of the race than the first half. Whereas if I put on lap 5, my tires are more worn for the first half than the last half. So yeah, it could go either way. There's a very likely a false start check. Yep. Alright, here we go. As with any race, the most important thing is avoiding turn 1 drama. So we're just going to stick with the leaders and try and pull away, not going for any overtakes or anything like that. The car in P2 is accelerating slower. The orange car ahead, so I'm going to tuck it behind the Castrol GT. And I'm getting smacked around here. Can't do anything about it. Okay, so at this point the stress is kind of high if we're getting bashed around. I know the car behind me is a faster driver. So I had that to deal with as well. So I'm just trying to settle back down and not lose control of the car while not losing too much speed. Braking a little earlier than I should here and there. And then having to run defensive to compensate. This might even be a no-stop Alright, we're still early on. Let's work on catching up. Alright, now as we're coming through the final corners, I want you to take a look at the leader's car. Look at his livery. Remember that livery. Remember the drunk plates. It's going to be very important later. Watch what he does. He's just going to go into the pit. At this point, I can only assume he's retiring from the race. I can get a slipstream from way back here? Okay. That's unusual. It's a very long range for a slipstream. Slipstream's really throwing me off with the braking. Alright, in this corner, I'm taking it easy. I'm going to get a gentle tap from behind. I don't even feel it. And then I get a drop on my sportsmanship. Absolute garbage. I was in a corner. It was entirely normal to be braking there, or to be slow, or whatever. There's nothing I could do about that. Making sure to put the car right on the apex of these corners, because I know if I let up a little bit, the car behind will get around me. This definitely looks like a no stop. Alright, so now that I'm about 3/4 of a second behind the lead car, I'm not expecting to be able to pass him in the turn 1, so I'm going to pull out of the slipstream to get a little extra drag in braking. I just want to catch up to him. I don't want to actually pass him just yet. Come on. I put out the slipstream. I thought I was safe. I was not. Alright, now we're door to door with the car that was behind me, but he's going to tuck in behind as I go defensive into this corner. He is still holding quite close to my rear end. Just going to do what I can to keep things neat and tidy, park it on the apex every time. And go defensive in these longer braking sections. Gonna try and get in that stream and catch up to the leader once again. Yeah, so I noticed My front tires were wearing a little more than my rear, so I adjusted my brake bias a little more toward the rear. Okay, I'm gonna have to go defensive. This corner's not so bad. As long as I don't screw it up. Leader is pulling away quite extensively. So I'm pulling away here. Just I'm braking too early in this corner. A little bit weak in this ending section here. Hey, I can't do anything about that if he's got the run on me. But I have the slipstream and he does not. So now he's going to tuck in behind me again. So once again, I go defensive. This causes the leader to pull away more, but that's okay. Right now I just want to keep the positions I've gained. Now one might argue that maybe I should have allowed the car behind me to pass and then work with him using the slipstream to catch the leader. But I had already felt that this guy was a faster driver than me, and that if he had gotten in front, that would have been the end of it. I would have never seen him again. I was going to try and make a move here. Alright, so he's trying to pull up on the inside. I'm going to go for the late braking to try and hold my position. He's going to tug in behind me. We're going a bit deep here. I'm going to gather it up. Sure, the leader's pulling away more and more, but that doesn't matter anymore now. I'm just going to keep parking it on the apex, keeping the door closed nice and tight so that he can't get through. And contact. I got to drop gear early, drift it around, gather it all up. Getting hit on my sportsmanship for something that was entirely out of my control. Getting a little psyched out. Coming through the final corner, I go a little slower than I should be. Once again, he's going to try and get past here. I'm too far back now after getting shoved wide, so I no longer have the slipstream. He's not far enough ahead for me to tuck in behind him. Here we go. Super ultra late braking! And defense successful. I was very proud of that moment, but As you'll notice, I never said a word about it live, because I knew if I had, I would instantly mess up and ruin my race. Now, if you were watching carefully, you'll notice a familiar car that has passed the car that was behind me. And that same car has set quite the fastest lap. And is now right on my bumper. For whatever reason, in the midst of the race, I don't realize that this is a different car. Or a different driver, or whatever. That's a little too sloppy. Are we going again? Ah, no. He put ahead. Nice name. This is the ultimate facepalm moment for me right here in editing. I saw his name, I commented on it, still didn't realize it was someone else. Anyway, I'm going to go for the overtake here. And he's going to squeeze me into that apex just tight enough to make me slow down enough that I cannot get the run on him. Alright. And I look at the name and I look at that lap time and I'm wondering, how the heck did he manage that when he's been behind me all this time? When I've been holding him off in the corners, defending left and right. Alright, this corner up here, I'm actually quite weak in. You'll see I'm using this technique over the crest where I'm short shifting, so I don't have to worry too much about throttle control and all that, because it's very easy for the car to become unbalanced by that crest, and so it's just consistent to just short shift. But this guy has a better technique, and so he's much faster. I'm trying to late brake here, like I see him doing, and I end up a little too deep into the corner. Starting to feel the tire wear. A little too late in that corner. We're driving a little bit. And now I'm desperate for more speed so I can stay with this guy. So I'm trying different lines and stuff. I really shouldn't have been doing this. We're going to take a whole bunch of curb, and you see I'm coming out with an even slower exit speed. I'm trying to cut in too tight to that apex. What's going on? I notice it right away. But you're going to see next lap, I don't fix it. I do it again. Because I didn't realize that this wasn't the same guy I've been racing this whole race. Oh wow, that was a really fast lap he pulled. And then I failed to notice that that lap was already set before. That was not this lap. Nope, slipstream caught me out. Still decently ahead of the car behind, so I don't have to worry about my re-entry. This is where I'm stuck now, so at this point I'm just going to try not to make mistakes and hold this position. I've done very well so far, pretty consistently nailing fast laps that exceeded my target for qualifying. Alright, so as I mentioned before, I'm going to make that mistake that I made last lap, which was attempting to change the lines I've been using through the last few corners to see if I can get some more speed. As you can see here, it only slows me down. I should have just stuck with what I practiced. Why am I messing that up now? Come on. Alright, that's okay. I only have one lap left. Right, as expected, I'm about 5 seconds slower than what I would prefer to be at this point because of that off moment. I got caught out with the slipstream. I approached that corner at a much higher speed. Oh man, he's challenging the leader. It was at this moment I should have realized the car ahead is an absolute alien. It was not so much a slipstream, but well, it's not so much being at a higher speed, but that you got the slipstream reducing your front end grip, making the braking performance like less. Because there I was only about 1 mile an hour below the speed I was last lap. I was fine. It was a little dicey, but I was otherwise fine. At the very least, I definitely don't want to let the car behind catch me. And he's closing in, so I need to fix that. Right, I've been ranting frustratedly about my performance. Just gonna tuck in and park on these apexes so he doesn't get in front. I think the tire wear is starting to really kick in. They're not worn much, but it's enough to make a bit of a difference. I'm not sure what happened. He took the lead, the guy that I spent pretty much this whole race fighting. But then the guy he passed ended up getting a penalty. So I can only imagine some sort of desperation move was used because it was the final lap. And that forced the car that he was passing to get a penalty instead of himself. I don't know. Have to check it out in the replay just to be sure. But not a bad run. Alright, now let's check the replay to see what actually happened when he took the lead. Alright, and here are the results. Alright, so I'm saving the replay, and I don't have my keyboard hooked up. I don't have my keyboard connected right now. So yeah, I'm telling him good race. Didn't even bother with the guy that I was racing against the whole race. Still didn't realize it was Kaba. But, oh well. That's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Goodbye.